Hi dear friends and subscribers of Cricket Happenings, your host Ram here with I would say cricket update because I have to cover 4 matches. So I'm going to start off right away with the match between Australia and Sri Lanka, which was played today was day 4 at Stumps. Australia were in the lead with 52 runs, 209 for 3, but I'll be talking about that later. I will just talk about Sri Lanka's innings, which finished at 473 today. So they took a very big lead, I would say, because 416, 157 it was the lead which Sri Lanka took. And today's feature of Sri Lanka's batting was Angelo Mathews. Finally managed to make a century for Sri Lanka, and he was the one who was the real kingpin there. He was not out on 105 with 10 fours. He had a tough time reaching his century, but finally he did it because he didn't get any support from the tailenders as Peter Siddle came in and picked up 2 wickets, and Luckmal was bowled by Johnson for 13. So he made 105 of 269 balls, 10 fours, and that enabled Sri Lanka to reach a score of 470. It was his first Test century and the highest score in his career, in his Test career for Angelo Mathews. So he made 473 all out. Bowling figures, well, I would only say that Peter Siddle, 35 overs, 8 minutes, 91 runs and 4 wickets, was the best bowler. As I said, I don't have time. I had to cover a lot of matches here. Australia, in their second dig, they were 52 runs ahead at Stumps, 209 for 3, with Phil Hughes scoring a century after almost a gap of, let's say 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years. Hughes came in and he's still there unconquered on 122 with 16 fours and 1 6. His cover drawing was impeccable, and he was also hitting it over mid wicket. So these were his main strokes. Other than that, Watson was out for 21. Sean Marsh was out for 18, and Ponting was out for 28. And all the 3 wickets today at 209 for 3 at Stumps. Michael Clarke was not out on 8 at Stumps. 209 for 3, 52 runs ahead. And all the 3 wickets went to Rangana Herath, who picked up 26 overs, 7 maidens, 54 runs and 3 wickets. And it was day 4, so it's only one more day remaining. It doesn't look like, unless Australia want to put that, and I don't think there's nothing really possible. 5th day, probably Australia have nothing to lose, and they wouldn't like Sri Lanka to actually square the series. So probably this is going to end in a draw tomorrow. That is on the 5th day. So now I'm taking you down to the Champions League 2020. Those matches have started now. Today there were 2 matches which was played. One was between Auckland and Kolkata Knight Riders, and it was a very, very close game. In fact, Kolkata Knight Riders batting first. Today was the first day that the Champions T20 kicked off here. With the first game, it was between Ruhuna and Trinidad and Tobago, where Trinidad and Tobago won. But Auckland and Kolkata Knight Riders made 121 of their 20 overs for 6. The main scorers were Manvinder Bisla, the opener, who made 45, and Jacques Callis, who made 30. They had a very good start. In 9 overs, they were 72 runs were raised, 73 runs were raised. And after that, if you see the score, they were 121 for 6. So they succumbed. Actually, there was some good bowling from the Auckland bowlers there. So Manvinder Bisla made 45 of 32 balls, 7 fours, 1 6. Callis contributed 33 of 35 balls, 4 fours. It was the only other than that, there's not much of a contributor. Yusuf Pathan, the hard hitter, failed 12 of 17 balls with 1 4, and 121 for 6 was the score of the Kolkata Knight Riders. The bowling figures: Kyle Mills 2 for 24. In fact, Bates bowled well, 4 overs, 1 for 13. Adams 4 overs, 1 for 22. Hira bowled 4 overs for 31. As far as Auckland were concerned, well, Auckland just lost the match by 2 runs. It was a very close game. It was thanks to some very good bowling from Yusuf Pathan, who bowled 4 overs, made 2 for 21. Bhatia bowled 4 overs for 14. There were some economical spells coming in from the spinners there, barring the pace bowlers. And for Auckland, it was 40 coming from Lou Vincent of 37 deliveries, 6 fours and 1 6. Other than that, there were contributions from Kyle Mills, who was still there, not out on 20 of 21 balls when they actually lost the match. Iqbal Abdullah 4 overs, no made, none for 20. So Kolkata Knight Riders get 2 points. They beat Auckland here by just 2 runs. And now the next match that we are going to talk about is the match between Ruhuna, that is Sri Lankan team, and Trinidad and Tobago. Where Trinidad and Tobago looked like struggling. They were once strangled by Ruhuna. Ruhuna made 138 all out. Sanat Jayasuriya, playing as an opener, disappointed, out of 13 of just 11 deliveries, 2 fours. Highest scorer was Dinesh Chandimal, who made 50 of 48 balls, with 2 fours and 2 sixes. Other than Gunaratne 20 and Sampath made 23 and 15 respectively. It was Pereira who made 15. And bowling figures, well, Badri 4 overs 1 for 29, 2 for 17 for Ravi Ram Paul, 1 for 18 for Cooper. I wouldn't go into the nitty gritties there. Trinidad and Tobago, well, they were really struggling. The Ruhuna had them on the mat at 13.5 overs, 81 for 5 at one stage, and then finally the victory was, even though they boasted of Lendy Simmons and Adrian Bharatu, were dismissed very early on by Gunaratne, who took both the wickets for 3 and 0 respectively. Darren Bry was there, not out on 44 or 49 balls, 1 4. But the person who made it possible was Sherwin Ganga, who came and thrashed 39 of just 15 deliveries, 4 fours and 2 sixes, 2 overs and 20 runs to get. There comes Sherwin Ganga and thrashed the ball to all parts of the ground. 39 of 15 deliveries, 4 fours and 2 sixes. He was not out on 39. And it was Dan Bravo was there with him on 44. Finally, taking them to victory in the 19th over, 144 for 5. In fact, Sherwin Ganga finished off the match in the 19th over itself, and he hit 2 sixes in one particular over, and nothing to really talk about. So Ruhuna, the Sri Lankan team, lost the match. Trinidad and Tobago got 2 points, and Trinidad and Tobago won this match by 5 wickets at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium, as both the matches were played at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium, Uppal in Hyderabad. Now, so these were the 2 matches, and tomorrow there would be the match between Leicestershire from England and Trinidad versus Tobago at Hyderabad, and the other match that would happen would be Auckland versus Somerset. That will all happen at Hyderabad. Somerset at Hyderabad, yeah. Now the next match that I'm going to cover might not be of much consequence, but still it's cricket and I need to cover. This is an update that we are getting here, and it is between Ireland and Canada. This was ICC Intercontinental Cup one-day match played at the Clontarf Cricket Club in Dublin, and Ireland made a massive 328 for 6 of their 50 overs and crushed Canada by 133 runs. In fact, the players who played there, Ed Joyce made 88 of 98 balls, 8 fours, 1 6. Sterling made 26 of 21 balls, 3 fours, 1 6. 67 coming from William Porterfield of 75 deliveries, 5 fours. 37 from Neil O'Brien of 44 balls with 2 fours. Kevin O'Brien Wilson made 56 of 36 balls, 4 fours and 2 6. Kevin O'Brien a quick fire 35, just 15 deliveries, 3 fours and 2 sixes. 328 for 6 was the final score for Ireland, 50 overs. Bowling figures, nothing to really talk about. Very costly. Kuram Chavan 365 of his quota. 1 for 75 for Hafiz Baidwan was very costly. These are the pace bowlers. Chima 7 overs went for 52. 10 overs 157. Zahid Hussain and Canada. Well, they were 195 all out in reply. The only person who played was Usman Limbada, who made 50 of 81 balls with 6 fours. 36 coming in from Rizwan Chima, who cracked off 31 deliveries with 3 fours and 1 6. Other than that, there's nothing to really talk about. On the top of the order, Hiral Patel made 20 of 21 balls with 3 fours, and Nitesh Kumar making 26 of 38 balls with 4 fours. 195 all out. It was a crushing victory for Ireland. Ireland beat Canada by 133 runs. So now the bowling figures, well, there were 4 wickets for 27 for John Mooney, 8.4 overs, 127 runs and 4 wickets for John Mooney, 2 for 14 for Trent Johnston, 1 each to Rankin, Cusack, and 1 to Dockrell, and 1 to Kevin O'Brien. So, and it was an ODI debut for Zahid Hussain of Canada. As I said, I didn't have much time, so I had to cover all the 4 matches. I hope you all enjoyed my show there. Thank you very much. That's it, dear fans, friends and subscribers. I'm sorry I can only give a cricket update. I just need to give this cricket happenings going. I couldn't really talk much. As I said, tomorrow Australia-Sri Lanka game, it is almost done. It's going to be a draw because 52 runs. Phil Hughes would like to carry on the same version. Michael Clark would like to have a good hit there. So we are looking at Australia looking good. So this batting order is not going to succumb so easily to Sri Lankans, even though it's the last day tomorrow. But it all depends on how Rangana Herath actually uses the footmarks there and sees whether he can really turn the ball square and pose some problems. Probably roll out, get Australia out for probably 150, 200 odd, and whether Sri Lanka can really make a really fist of it by doing it. But that is something which is left to chance, but one has to wait and watch. Other than that, dear cricket fans, friends and subscribers, thanks for your company and thanks for your encouragement. This is your host Ram signing off for the day. Thank you.